Well, Arsenal play Liverpool in what was supposed to be a title decider of a match in another universe, but well, we don't always get what we want now, do we? Because Arne Slot decided that, you know what, I am not going to make this interesting even in the slightest. Ended up throwing players like Mohamed Salah under the bus and doing all sorts of things. So here we are now in a match that is being played and it's of no consequence really because it's just really about Arsenal stamping their authority and proving that they deserve. I think if they win this game, as Manchester City are also dropping points, they will be putting themselves in a very good position in terms of winning the league because Man City dropped points at the weekend and then now City dropped the points against Brighton. So this will be a very very good time for Man City to for Arsenal to make the gap even bigger at the top. So this is going to be a very interesting game from both teams, in fact, because if you think about it, Arsenal just need to beat Liverpool to prove that they're as good as they look on the log table. Their performances, I'm not gonna lie, have not been great. Arsenal have not really played that well in every game in terms of offensive and looking like, this team is playing good football. They don't look like that, but what they do look like, they look like a team that is well organized, a team that is not conceding goals at all, to a point that Arsenal fans would make jokes about. They no longer recognize their team if and when Arsenal concedes even a shot on target, right? So that's how comfortable these ones have become because they are so good in just preventing anyone from scoring against them that it's just a contrast as well with who they are playing today. Because if you think about Liverpool, they are conceding any every other game that they're playing in. Not every other game, every single game that they play, they will concede. And you can bet your last dollar that Liverpool will concede today because their defense is just shambolic. It's shambolic. There is nothing, and I mean nothing, promising, right? There's nothing promising about Liverpool except Florian Wirtz finally looking like the Florian Wirtz that he was at Bayer Leverkusen, and Soboslai as well. But the rest of the players, they don't really inspire confidence. They don't inspire you looking at them and thinking, yeah, this is a team that won the Premier League last season. It makes those people who say that, nah, Liverpool won the league because Slot inherited the team from Klopp, and I believe them because, I mean, look at this seriously. Since Slot has had to, start putting his own tactics and then continuously molding the team in his own shape and way that he wants the team to play, he's getting exposed. Last year, he just kind of changed some things. He did not change everything. He changed some things in terms of, okay, maybe the team is playing too fast. Okay, let's slow that down a bit. And then now, this season, teams don't care. Teams don't care. They are playing direct against him and he's complaining that, oh, teams are too direct. What do you want them to do, mate? You want teams to play the way that you want them to play so that you can beat them. It does not make sense. And the weird thing is that he's not said this once, but he's said this a couple of times now. And that just makes you say, he's lost it. Like, he's honestly lost it. He just does not look like well, he's coaching a calm team, obviously. He's coaching a team that will not just fire a coach. But if Arne Slot was a Chelsea coach, he would be fired by now. Obviously, people will say, oh, obviously he's not going to get fired because he came in and he kind of, bought himself time by winning, that title last season. But then beyond that, there's nothing. There's nothing that you're getting from Slot, and he's frustrating. And I think from a Liverpool's fans' perspective, as I am one thing that annoys me most about Arne Slot, I know this is a preference thing. You want your coach to have some charisma. You want your coach to have some, I don't know. He must look like. The problem with moving from Klopp to Slot is his football is slow, his demeanor is slow, he just looks, you never see him having a go at players. I don't like that. I want coaches who have a go at players. I want coaches who don't really care, like, about trying to look professional. Because I am a firm believer in that fans, players alike, they all feed off the energy of the coach as well on the touchline. So if I see a coach who's just stood there like nothing is happening in the field of play, it doesn't inspire confidence. I would see Jurgen, when he was still coaching Liverpool, beating his chest like King Kong. You saw that, this man, there's so much passion. Slot, you will just stand there. I know that Ancelotti has done amazing things at Real Madrid, and he's never really been the one to show any, frustration or be animated or whatnot. But with Slot, it's too flat. It annoys me. It annoys me, Sheb. And I'm venting, and this is the first live on this channel, and I'm just venting about Arne Slot. Because it's made me not watch Liverpool. You know how difficult it is for me to not watch Liverpool. Support Liverpool, I love Liverpool, but they are so boring. They're just boring, man. It's unwatchable. Since last season, while we were on our way to win the league, I still looked at it and I was like, ish, you know what? This sucks. This is not what I signed up for. This is not the Liverpool I know. This is not the Liverpool I love. It's too slow. It's too flat, And then what would happen is one pass to Salah. Salah does something magical, ball into the box, or he scores himself. Or it's Trent, he finds Salah. Salah takes one person on, he scores. What did Slot do? Nothing. So one thing that Slot adjusted is just to make sure that the ball can move from Salah. The ball can move from Trent to Salah, and then Salah will do the things. That pisses me off like a lot. Because now, Klopp deserved to win more than one Premier League title with Liverpool. That he definitely needed. But then the fruits of his labor were just, the person who benefited from the fruit of his labor is Arne Slot. And I heard that someone I feel like was undeserving. If you get a coach to replace Klopp, he must be similar to him in one way or the other. If he loses to Arsenal, it's almost like, he already beat them. But if he loses to them, I wouldn't say it's a sackable offense, but we've not been good enough the entire season. Liverpool have not been good enough the entire season. And I feel as though allowing this coach to finish the season is also crazy. And now the thing is, he's now going to have an excuse, a bigger excuse. The first one is the fact that, oh, but he did not get Isak early on, and then now Isak is available, he scores, but then he has a broken foot, a broken leg, and Salah was not available for AFCON. But he was benching him. But you'll hear people making that an excuse for Slot. And you'll hear things like, oh yeah, also some key players were not available, this and that. So it's just going to be a lot of people trying to defend him. But the more I look, even online, I don't really see a lot of people on the side of Arne Slot. So I wonder what it would take for the management of Liverpool to actually go on and pull the plug on him, because he just looks clueless. He looks lost. He looks like he has no clue of what's going on. And this is not to say he's a bad coach. It's just like one of those situations where you are in over your head. And that's how it feels like with Slot right now. It feels like he just can't, he can't do anything. He has reached his limits. And that happens. That happens with coaches. And I just feel like Slot has gotten to that point in his Liverpool journey where it's like you look at a person, you're like, okay, this person can take you from step 1 to step 4. But beyond that, you are just asking for miracles. And that's exactly how I feel about the situation of Liverpool. And if we look at the starting 11, obviously there are no changes for Arsenal. It's exactly what you expect. Timber at right back, Saliba and Gabriel pairing. One weakness that Arsenal would have is Hinkapie is playing at left back. That's not his position, but in the games that he has played recently, he's looked really solid. So I wouldn't think that it's something that would be very worrying for them, because he's been playing there in the games that he's played so far. And in midfield, there's Zubimendi, there's Rice, there's Odegaard, honestly. And the thing is, Odegaard this season, he's recovering, because I remember very well last season, there were a lot of people who were talking about and doubting Odegaard. A lot of people were just talking about, oh yeah, Odegaard is not good enough, Odegaard this, Odegaard that. But he's been putting up performances just to prove that, yeah, I am the captain. And, and the weird thing as well is the fact that at some point it looked like Eze was actually going to take over that number 10 spot at Arsenal. It really did. For a while, it just looked like, okay, Eze is the new number 10 for Arsenal. Odegaard should just forget it. And somewhere, somehow, because of this festive thing, Arteta was apparently resting. That's what the official story was, that he was being rested because he had played a lot of games in a row. And you can understand that, because if you're thinking about the fact that at Palace, he was the main man. So literally every game that was there to be played, he played. So just like how Saka was with Arsenal, that every game that was played, he played it. But this season, they are managing him much better, because there is who's this guy? There's Madueke as well, who comes in, and he's had decent performances. I don't think people talk enough about Madueke's performances, because Madueke has been actually solid. He's been really, really good in recent games, and he there's been games where you see more Madueke than you see Saka when they are played, even in opposite flanks, because I forgot what game it was. Madueke had started as a left winger, and then Saka was on the right. but you just didn't see Saka. All you saw was Madueke. So I think he's slowly trying to win Arteta over and prove that he's good enough. And I do think that he's a player of, decent quality. Obviously, he's never gonna bench Saka. There is a scenario where he starts ahead of Trossard, but then at the same time, you say that statement and you're like, really, Trossard? Trossard is one clutch player that from Brighton, from his days at Brighton, I always rated Leandro Trossard because now what he does for Arsenal is he's also very good when it comes to scoring. But because that's why they signed him from Brighton, his goal scoring. But the thing that also impresses you with Trossard is his work rate off the ball. He is actually brilliant. Trossard is very good. Like, if you just look at how hard he works off the ball, forget the goals that he scores because, as we've already said, Arsenal are very good as a team. They have a lot of quality, but the main thing is they will make sure that they don't concede. And Trossard is the big part of that. And that is why I say that for a long time now, as much as I said that Madueke, people have not been talking about Madueke as much. But now, Trossard as well. I've had a lot of Arsenal fans, they do appreciate him. And he's the one who does the things that Arsenal need to do, the tracking back, the scoring, the creating. Because I think one other thing that has happened is that obviously, if you think Arsenal, there are a few things that you think of. Danger, Saka. Danger, corner kicks, right? So teams have tried by all means to neutralize Saka, and it has worked to a certain extent because he's not putting up the numbers that he usually does, but he's still effective, which then means Arsenal can then now attack using the other wing in Trossard because clearly Saka is not found out because that's a bit sensationalism. He's not found out, but there's a lot of pressure and there's a lot of focus, right? There's a lot of focus on him as a player, So we wanna see now, and you can hear the noise at the Emirates. You can hear these men are not playing like that. The biggest thing right now is Arsenal need to win this game by 5-0. Statement. They did it against Villa, but it's Villa, and no one really thought Villa were going to win the thing. No one really thought Villa were going to win the Premier League. But some people did think City, some people did think Liverpool were going to defend their title. So this is a game whereby Arsenal just, they should just do it just to prove a point. Just prove a point. Because if they don't do it today, with this wounded Liverpool and they show some respect, there shouldn't be any respect shown to this Liverpool team. They should just beat them, destroy them. Like, I'm not even kidding. If they really want to make the statement, this is Arsenal's game to say to everyone in the league, yeah, don't try us. We will whoop you. We will destroy you. That's what they should do. And I will watch as a Liverpool fan and think, yeah, man, Liverpool were beaten by a better team. I don't want to see, like, obviously, Arsenal are a team that are very good at set pieces, but this is one of those games where they should, well, if they get a set piece, of course they can score it as they should, but if they score, let's just say they win this game by 5-0, 4 of those goals should come from open play. Just to scare teams even more, because, like, imagine Arsenal wins today, the gap goes to 8 points. 8 points. Right? So that's crazy business to think that this is not before Christmas, because people always say, oh, don't get excited before Christmas because anything might still happen. But right now, they are 5 points clear of Man City. They win, it's 8 points. So it shouldn't be just a win of a match, but it should also be a statement to Man City that you won't catch us. Because Slot has already admitted that Liverpool are not going for the title anymore. Well, that was clear like 2 months ago when this form thing just wasn't working well. But now it's clear that Liverpool will be lucky if they finish in the top 4. They will be lucky and they will actually be very grateful. They will be very grateful to win and get in the top 4. So that's going to be very, very interesting. And with Liverpool playing Gakpo out of position, funny enough, as a 9, because Ekitik is injured, and it's just a lot as well for Liverpool now. It's not like they were performing or they would have had a chance. So they don't even look confident. They don't even look confident. I'm looking at these Liverpool players, my days. Losing so many games is... Let's see. The game is on now. I wonder how the wet conditions are going to affect the game as well, because there's going to be some goals that are just going to be scored because of the surface, because I can see that it's England. Obviously, it's going to be bad weather, but I just wonder how much of that is going to be that it's going to cost mistakes. Now, this is interesting. I'm seeing Gakpo starting on the left. That is very interesting. Gakpo is on the left. Vets and Soboslai are central. They are the ones who are putting pressure. I wonder if it's a rotational thing or what. So Liverpool are in the 4-4-2 press that they're occupying. I want to see now. Again, Gakpo is still on the left. He's still on the left. It's actually more like a 4-2-4. Yeah, I'm hearing the commentators talk about the fact that it's been raining in North London. Yep, definitely. Let's see how long Gakpo stays on the left-hand side, because that's a tweak that I did not expect. So what are they going to do? Vets stay central? and also Van Dijk is stepping up with Gyökeres. Which is basically this new thing that teams are doing now. The center back tracks the number 9 wherever he goes. It's a bit risky, but then it doesn't allow the team to have any numerical advantage at any part of the pitch, because how can you have any numerical advantage if Arsenal are pressing? Liverpool are trying to go long. Ow. And they are going to try and go directly as quickly as possible. It's raining. That is a horrible thing. That's exactly what I was saying. Yo, this thing of English football, guys, it's too much. Like, I'm just looking at this, the rain. It's not raining, it's pouring. It's like, what do we say? We say it's raining cats and dogs. That's what's happening here. This is going to be a game of mistakes. Whichever team makes least number of mistakes wins this game. I know it sounds like a, what's that thing? It sounds like something that anyone can say, oh yeah, it's a game of mistakes. The cliche. Yep. Gakpo is definitely on the other side. And he's having to track Timber. I wonder if it's for the physicality as well. I just wonder. I wonder. Is it for the physicality? Because if you think about it, if Vets is on the left and Kekes is also on the left, who's also small, the size difference is going to definitely be a problem for Liverpool. So they've probably done this to just make sure that physically they match them somehow. So maybe that's not as bad from Slot, because Kekes is not really like... Kekes is one of those signings that I've looked at, and I was excited for Liverpool when they signed Kekes, because every time I thought, who could be a good left back for Liverpool? I thought Kekes, I thought Grimaldo as well. But I don't know if Bayer Leverkusen are going to allow Liverpool to just go in, get Grimaldo, get Frimpong, and get Vets as well. So, yeah. Oyoka looks lost there. He's the one who's coaching and telling everyone what to do, but he's the one who's not picking anyone. It's so strange. I forget which player this was who was talking about the fact that when the coaches are talking in stadiums that are as loud as this, as the Emirates are, they don't actually hear. They will just throw a thumbs out. Yeah, sure, we hear you. Which is why fans, co-players, especially goalkeepers, will fake injuries so that they can allow their coach to give them instruction. I find it interesting. Well, it's not that interesting really, because Rice... I'm looking at Rice is the one who drops deeper between the Arsenal centre backs to help them play. Also, what I find interesting is how they are not that tight on Van Dijk. It's something. So they want him to be pressed. That's not a foul. He just fell. And sometimes it's Zubimendi between the centre backs. Of course, they are rotating. Anyone who blinks in this game, I'm so focused. Anyone who blinks, Saka is wide. Timber has gotten between the centre back. Van Dijk is sleeping. And that's the weird thing about Van Dijk as well. He's supposed to be the leader. That is why, me personally, I blame him at times for a lot of goals at Liverpool. Oh, Gakpo goes to sleep. Yeah. Kekes is sleeping. Is sleeping. They are going to abuse that side on the left because uh, Timber is inverting, so then Gakpo has to follow Timber, and it looks like they're even confused. Now, Gakpo seems to be confused because he's trying to track Timber. But now he loses him from time to time. And now they're overloading. Oh dear, 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 dear. And now it's a corner for Arsenal. And now it's a corner. That just sucks. Because this might be a goal. This might be a goal. Early goal for Arsenal. 12th minute. They're not going to miss. They're obviously going to score. The weird thing is, why do their corners feel like penalties now? That's a yellow card. Trossard must get a yellow card. Yeah, Trossard deserved it. He knows what he was doing. Trossard knew exactly what he was doing. Trossard knew exactly what he was doing there. He just tags him and he trips him as well. He just knew what he was doing. I like how footballers just pretend. Really? What did I do? You pulled someone back, dude, and you know that football players. Yo, players are just sleeping everywhere. Frimpong gets on the ball for the first time. But the Liverpool players, there, there isn't enough of them in the box. There isn't enough of them in the box. Ooh, what a turn by Vets. Arsenal are very patient with how they are moving the ball. Bradley did well there. And then he loses the ball after that. Wow. And then he loses the ball. How can you do so well? You intercept the ball and then all of a sudden you just forget how to do the right thing. Zubimendi is the one who's dropping. Someone has to help Gakpo there. Someone has to help Gakpo because when Saliba because Gakpo now is confused. On one hand, he wants to stay with Timber. But when Saliba steps up with the ball and no one is pressing him, now he's in a very, very precarious situation. Okay, this time around, Soboslai is back to cover Saliba. And everyone is basically picked up. But once Arsenal shifts the ball, now Vets must press. Vets must press. Can't just let a player run with the ball like that around your box. It's crazy how, you see, again, Gakpo is now the one who's central, pushing on. See, this is the problem. This is the problem. This is the problem. So this is a problem they are having. It's crazy. It is crazy what they are doing to Liverpool right now. They are just toying with them. Now Van Dijk is with Saka. They are toying with Liverpool. They are just toying with Liverpool. Because everyone is confused now as to who they should be picking. It was McAllister now on that side because they'd already beaten Kekes. It's just Liverpool have to survive. Oh, they get out. It's crazy. Why is Kekes waiting? What a stupid thing to do. What a stupid thing to do. Kekes wasted that. I want to see if they will be able to replicate that move again. Saka is attracting two people, which means now Van Dijk is out of position. And the way that Van Dijk is just looking at Kekes is like he's saying, and you are my teammate? But they are also just, Yep, Arsenal are attacking using their right-hand side. They're using their right-hand side, and the attack is definitely lopsided. And that's the crazy part. The side that I was talking about before the game that you would expect with the help of Gakpo. No, well, that was earlier on in the game. You'd expect that a team, any team with any decent coach, will plan. When you think about Arsenal, you will plan for their set pieces, but before you even think about set pieces, you must plan for Saka. Plan how you keep him quiet. But if it's the one now who's giving you trouble, now Timber is doing other crazy things and is rotated with Odegaard. It's just they've moved Timber now. Timber and see, that's what they are doing. They are constantly rotating Timber and Odegaard, which pulls Liverpool apart, and then these gaps are oh my days. Oh man. Oh my days. The rotations. This is why it makes it very difficult, because now Timber and Odegaard are rotating. If McAllister chooses to stay with Odegaard all the time, what ends up happening is, okay, that works, but you can't always track him. So I wonder if this thing of man marking players works, because ultimately you will get caught out. Release him. You will get caught out at some point. And Arsenal are not even allowing Liverpool to get out. It's like a cat toying with a rat. It's like it's just move. It's crazy. It 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 really is crazy. Mm. 64% position to Arsenal. Arsenal are just putting pressure. They haven't created high quality chances. They've been promising. They've not like threatened, but they've looked threatening. But they've, if you get what I mean. Now you see, Gakpo is now following Odegaard, which means McAllister has to follow Timber. And who's following Timber? Yeah, it's McAllister. And now Zubimendi wants to exploit McAllister when he leaves that space. It's all of these games within the game. See, now I'm seeing McAllister, Zubimendi moving forward. And all of them, basically, if you look at all of them, these runs are being made to the left-hand side of Liverpool. They are not allowing Liverpool to get out. They are not. You see, they are not allowing them. Whenever Liverpool tries to get out, you cannot. This, by the way, the fact that Liverpool have survived all this long, because Arsenal are playing, they are not like, I think in the first 10 minutes there was a bit of patience, but now they are knocking. And Liverpool are now trying to just get a foothold on this match, because clearly, for the past 5 minutes especially, they were just under the foot of Arsenal. They've been pressed, pushed to the limit. Yeah. This thing of having two false nines, I mean a false nine in vet for Liverpool, is one source of promise from them. So what I don't understand though is why are Arsenal respecting Liverpool? Because now they are in their mid block. And also I'm looking at how the plan by Liverpool is actually not bad. It's still an issue. As much as Ekitike drops, he's still a target man when he plays. And in this game, since he's not here, it's just different. They are letting and creating so much space that Gabriel and Saliba don't know what to do. But since they defend as a unit, they don't need to. But then Vets keeps on dropping into those spaces and he gets the ball. So the Soboslai keeps on receiving the ball, or Vets keeps on dropping into space and he receives the ball freely. He knows every time he gets the ball, Vets is alone. That's why I can get on the ball so much and there's usually no pressure around him. Now the press has been triggered. The ball has been passed back. Touch. Liverpool are playing through the press. What a goal. It's not. What the hell is that? Wow. Wow. Yes, yes. And Liverpool have beaten this press a few times now. This is a good game. This is a good game, actually. And look at Soboslai. He keeps on dropping into those areas and he just gets the ball free. Gakpo. Damn. Yeah, Arsenal are now under some pressure. Arsenal are under some really pressure. Wow. Bradley was unlucky there. Bradley was unlucky there because there was a very good chip. I do feel that as much as Bradley ultimately took a shot and he was unlucky with the shot, I feel with the pass, he should have been early, much early with the pass. But now Arsenal have the ball. How long are they going to keep it? Because Liverpool just had the ball. Like in the last 5 minutes, they were 89% on the ball. That's the crazy part. So the past 7 minutes was just on Liverpool. This is a nice match. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm trying to see now. Is that Odegaard? Yeah, Odegaard is still on that right half space. Close to him, there's Timber, there's Saka. They are overloading that space. It's a nice game. It's a nice game. It's a nice game. The question still remains, who's going to blink first? Who is going to blink first? Because Arsenal have shown that they can be played through. Not once, but like close to a handful of times now, where Liverpool have just played through Arsenal. There was no need. Bradley gives away a free kick against Arsenal. There are some stupid things that players can do. Like imagine there's no need. He's not even facing towards your goal and you are pushing him, putting your hands behind him, playing against Arsenal, conceding an unnecessary free kick. Like, what is wrong with you? It makes zero sense. Imagine Liverpool, a whole entire Liverpool, they have the worst record in defending set pieces. He can just swing it to the back post. That was underwhelming, especially from Rice. I expected much better from him. I think this thing of being vertical is a bit of is problematic. There's no need. There was no need for Allison to give away the ball there. You just ease the pressure off you, and now you decide to go long. 30 minutes gone, and Kekes not using his brain. Same as Bradley on the other side. Just you keep on, because the thing with Arsenal is that if they can open you up because you are disciplined defensively, which is what Liverpool, surprise, have done today. They will just break you from the set pieces, and Liverpool are now just playing with that a bit. They're experimenting, because this is a third set piece, well, second one in terms of free kick given away, and it shouldn't have been. But I'm not even gonna lie. The fact that Liverpool have stayed in the game this long is impressive. Genuinely. It impresses me. One thing that I envy as a coach is looking at how fluid the system of Arsenal is. See Odegaard, like 30 seconds ago, he was between the centre backs. Now it was Zubimendi Now it's Declan Rice, not between, but with the centre backs. So it's this constant rotation that is annoying because now it's in milliseconds. Everything that happens here, like half a second, you are marking someone, and then they've rotated. In the next second, in the next half a second, the other person has gotten themselves in the right position, and now all of a sudden you are screwed. So that try to do a big switch. The ref is Van Dijk is busy asking the ref, where is the flag? That's not your business, man. Your business is to play football. It's not to ask referees about where the flag is at. And I hate that when Patigek, I have learned that mourning at referees helps, gives you some advantage sometimes. Yeah, sure, Van Dijk, play a long ball directly at Arsenal, who are very good at pressing. It makes no sense. It's actually ridiculous. I don't know why they don't back themselves, Liverpool, in this game, because they've looked very comfortable when they're on the ball, and Liverpool have enough quality on the ball as a team to play out of the pressure. Oh, Kunat, it's always Kunat. They look unsettled. Arsenal are in trouble when they have to defend, because even now, what happened with Frimpong? Is he trying to buy a pen? We will see if that's a penalty or it's a soft penalty. And then Liverpool players, they see that the ref does not blow the whistle. This is what pisses me off. Gakpo was ahead of Soboslai, but Soboslai has sprinted further than Gakpo. So how do you explain that to me? Gakpo was busy raising his hand. So instead of marking, he was busy raising his hand and mourning at the referee. It's a corner for Liverpool. Frimpong is still on the other end, moaning and saying something is wrong. Now players want to fight. I'm looking at how tall Van Dijk is. He's just towering over everyone. Pella Gabriel is tall, but the fact that Van Dijk is just... it's crazy. There isn't a talk of a VR check or something. Let's see, how tall is Van Dijk then? Van Dijk is just 50 centimeters taller, but 50 centimeters is not short. No, it's not 50 centimeters, 5 centimeters. But why does he look that tall? He looks much taller, is Van Dijk, but he's not as tall as I thought he was. Please like the video. I've not asked people to like the video, and they've been coming, and I've not said anything. Anyways, another corner for Arsenal. Of course, another corner for Arsenal. And Liverpool so far have done well. This is like the fourth set piece, right? 2 corners and 2 free kicks. Let's see how Saka delivers this one because Rice did not do great with his one set piece, and the other free kick that came from the right hand side, which was crossed by Saka, Alisson just punched it away. Let's see. Okay, Gakpo defended this. Now it's the second phase of the corner. Kekes is still pointing instead of closing down the person. This is an interesting game. In every way that you look at it, it's just interesting to watch. But another thing that I'm thinking about, if this game was to end as a draw, Arsenal wouldn't complain because they are currently 5 points clear. If this ends as a draw, they are 6 points clear still. So it's just. But the thing is also, Arsenal are not really looking like. And there is Timber Central and Gakpo following him to the ends of the world. So what this also looks like, the one person who does not seem to have a person marking him, I mean who's not marking anyone, is Van Dijk. He's just pushing the line, but it also does not look that great. The way Van Dijk is coordinating that wall. And I'm looking at who's this guy? Konate. How he's just following Gyökeres. I don't like the way that Gakpo is performing in this game. I don't like how Gakpo is performing. He gives up and then he just ball watches, which I don't get. You are getting paid over 150K per week and you are not tracking. He's sleeping. He's sleeping again. Okay, this time he intercepts. Sometimes you see that he's doing the right thing, but then there's a moment where he's not on the ball, and then you see that it's like he's like, ah, man, can't do anything about that now. I've been dribbled or some ish. Oh dear. Van Dijk is there. Okay, so Van Dijk is there for cover. Oh, that's McAllister actually, who's tracked Zubimendi. I'm trying to see where Zubimendi is in all of this. Zubimendi, what I'm seeing, he's like more of an opportunist. He's letting Rice and Odegaard do the things, and then he arrives later on. See, again, Gakpo stops, After fouling someone, he's moaning at the ref instead of tracking his man. Yeah. Zubimendi is just there to try and Zubimendi's job is to try and make sure that he exploit anything that Liverpool might leave. And the covering, he does a lot of covering. Why is Gakpo just dribbling into traffic? But I guess Kekes did really well there. That was a good move by Arsenal. The movement again of Odegaard, how he just moves in there and Sobozlai also that thing is the one that's allowing him to help Liverpool in their build up. And Liverpool somehow still play through the press. They just keep on getting they're still getting those the Gakpo dropping, and as it drops into the not Gakpo. Vets and Gakpo, Vets and Soboslai, every time they drop between the lines, Liverpool ticks because it's like Gabriel and Saliba cannot take a risk of just letting them, of following them because there's two of them. So now, if both Vets and Soboslai drop, oh yeah, that was not a penalty. Frimpong was just waiting to feel any type of contact and then he was going down. And when he felt it, even though it wasn't on top of his leg, it was just a coming together. On top of his foot, rather. He just. Okay, another thing, Vets is not very helpful defensively. He's not. He's running around, and his job seems to be on Zubimendi. And he keeps on losing him because I've seen Zubimendi in some good positions and there was no one around him or pressing him. Basically, Liverpool have played half ground this entire first half. However, I will say they've had good moments, really, really good moments. So that's also not bad. And it's half time. What a match. What a match this has been. And it's been a while since I watched a match like this. It's nail biting stuff. It's nail biting stuff. I go away and then we're back trying to continue with the stream because this game, Liverpool have been much, much better than I expected them to be, and probably because they know they are playing for their pride as well. So going to Arsenal, a team that is taking your title from you, um, and to be destroyed, that would have been a painful way as well to surrender your title. It's gone. It's gone. We know that the title is gone. Arsenal have won the league, unless some miracle or some, I don't know, some plague of injuries goes to Arsenal. But as it stands right now, Arsenal are clearly winning the league. And one thing that I will give Arteta for in this game is the fact that he actually did not need to be this dominant. He could have just done the bare minimum, like, let's just go out there and, try to play. But they're actually trying to dominate Liverpool, and they are dominating Liverpool. It's not even a matter of attempting it, but it's actually something that you see happening. So it's good by Arsenal. I also think that they were just smelling blood. I just wonder if they will be disappointed because they were smelling blood. I thought Liverpool were going to look horrible. They have not looked horrible. So the fact that now there is that thing of, oh, Liverpool have not been as bad as I expected. And in fact, Arsenal could have scored. There was that chance where Arteta was so mad, whether you should have just taken an early shot. But to be fair to Liverpool, Kekes was very close to Saka in the chance. So we can't really say. Let me check the stats. Let me check the stats at halftime. Statistically speaking, the XG of Liverpool is actually higher. It's no, that of yeah, there it is. 0.14 for Liverpool, 0.3 for Arsenal. Passes 293, 197. Arsenal have had more passes in the final third, more touches in the opposition box by 13, and Liverpool only 6. Liverpool have had to make 18 clearances. Arsenal have covered the more distance, which is 55.7 kilometers, while Liverpool have just covered 52.3. Because for the most part, they are just in their box and they are just in their defensive third. So obviously, and when they do try to run a bit, Arsenal just don't care because they press them and push them back. So and now I'm looking at Liverpool's perspective. Who can even come on and change this game? The only person for Liverpool who could change this game is Chiesa and Gumoa, but I don't think they'll play Gumoa in this game because he's too young. But that bench is just dry. What I think they will do, what Liverpool will likely do, is they will probably bring on Curtis Jones because they love Curtis Jones. They might bring on Curtis Jones and take off Vets for control purposes because Slot likes control, so he might bring Curtis Jones for that and trust the pace of Frimpong up front. And obviously, the obvious person who should be coming on is Chiesa because Chiesa's work rate is high. He will be good at tracking back, but also with his pace on counters. So Yeah, so that was another thing. So that is a lot. Arsenal are taking, as I said, even on TV, they are talking about that. Arsenal are doing very well on the right. I'm looking at Gakpo. Gakpo is very questionable. And Ian Wright is correct. He's actually right. I see that. I'm now looking at specifically. I'm looking at Gyökeres. Now I have newfound interest in Gyökeres' movement. I'm looking at Gyökeres. I'm looking at, yeah, Gyökeres is. I wonder if Gyökeres' confidence is affected because I wonder if the whole they're out to get me narrative is getting to him, because there's been a lot of people who have talked about the fact that the likes of Saka are not passing the ball to Gyökeres. Um, so yeah, I'm looking at these moments that they are showing right now, and I actually agree with them. So Gyökeres, they taking him off. I think they will take him off, and it will be justifiable, and bring on a more mobile striker, so that they bring on a more mobile striker in for Arsenal, so that. So I'm looking at this, and I'm thinking they can bring on Jesus. They can bring on even Eze. They can bring on Merino. Like, as a nine, Merino could do better than what Gyökeres is doing right now. Eze will just add more ball players if they choose him. They can choose Gabriel, because Gabriel is a much more mobile striker. So if you actually, I'm now thinking, I'm looking at Bradley from the angle that he was in, that he could have taken a shot, didn't even need to chip it. But that's with the benefit of hindsight, because the first thing you're thinking of is not in goal, chip him. And it was just unfortunate. To be fair, it was just unfortunate, because he really came up with something special, but then Raya was lucky. He's the one who was lucky there. So I am just looking at this. How are Arsenal going to break Liverpool down? How are they going to do it? Because now, uh, on the other news, by the way, Supercopa de España, Madrid and Barcelona in the final. That's gonna be interesting. That's going to be interesting as well, uh, because I think there's another match they're playing in. There's another game that they will play in. Let me make a poll and just see what people are saying. I'll make a poll. Oh, match prediction. Forgot to make this one. before the match began, this was clear and straightforward that Arsenal were just winning the game. But I think as it continues and as no one concedes, I mean, as Liverpool don't concede or haven't conceded, it's starting to look more and more like this game is going to end as a draw. The more this thing stays like this, the game looks like a draw. I want to see if there's going to be any changes. Let's see how Arsenal are going to make any changes. I doubt it though, because so far, nothing bad is happening. Nothing bad has happened. So I want to see that. I just want to see if there's going to be any modifications. Because for Liverpool, the two biggest concerns, it's not that Arsenal are having more of the ball and they're being more dominant. That's not a surprise. It's that for all the discipline that you see sometimes with Gakpo, he's worrying me. He goes to sleep. And I think the second thing is Vets. They will want to drop him, although he's had really good moments, few, but whenever he's dropped, he and Soboslai, both of them are interchanging as a false 9-10, false 9-10. Whenever either of them, one of them drops to collect the ball, it always creates problems for Arsenal. So it's very, very interesting, and I would like to see how that continues in the second half. Must come back. A funny thing is, I watched this match for the first time in a long time. I watched it and I thought to myself, "Ooh, actually, I want this game to continue because it's intriguing." So there are no changes at halftime. Well, that's interesting because Arsenal might lose this game, which is obviously not going to look good for Arsenal. Imagine losing to Liverpool. This Liverpool, not just Liverpool like how they lost to Liverpool earlier on in the season. Losing to this Liverpool of this form is just going to be, what do the kids these days say? Diabolical. Like, imagine, really, honestly, imagine. You can't lose to Liverpool. They are not playing football that is supposed to be winning matches right now. So here we go. So Vets is just about running and running and running. Capo is still on Timber. And Gravenberg is on Rice. Frimpong is being told to fall back by Soboslai. And once the ball goes forward, then Soboslai has to stay back. being a coach, you're just looking at poor Arteta like this thing ages you. Coaching is just one job that you must really have passion for, because look at how all these coaches age because of coaching. Like I look at Marco Silva. Oh my goodness, Marco Silva. That guy is passionate and he's good. He's a good coach, but the aging process because of coaching. I also saw, who's this guy? Um, Liverpool have the ball. Surprise? That is crazy. It's crazy to me. Liverpool have the ball. Long switch by Van Dijk. That's a good first touch by Frimpong. Oh dear. Is that Kekes? Oh wow. The thing of not having a striker is also, the thing of not having a striker is kind of problematic. Vets is so smooth with it. What is that? What is Trossard doing? Are they checking? Wow. But Trossard is really playing with fire there. Trossard is playing with fire. He really is playing with fire. Liverpool goal kick. And Liverpool in their goal kicks are just going long. There's no striker as well. There is no striker, but it works with Liverpool being on the ball. They Aribone. Excuse me. So what is happening now? I wonder what Arteta told them. That would be one of the most interesting things to know. Did Arteta just tell them, listen, just keep on playing, but don't risk that much, because we can afford to draw this game, but we can't afford to lose. Liverpool need the win more than you do. I wonder. I don't get it. I mean, maybe it's just me, but I never understand this idea of trying to go long. Obviously, the stats are saying direct balls are causing a lot of trouble for teams this season. But in this game, I've not seen them do that for Liverpool. So for me, any direct ball just seems crazy. It doesn't it doesn't seem about right. So and it's going to be a while before Liverpool. Frimpong. So Frimpong had a chance of scoring there. It's because it's the Emirates Stadium, so there was no noise. Frimpong should have turned and taken a shot there. Yeah, exactly. He's not aware. He's not scanning. This is why you need Abu Salah to come. Well, let me not wish bad luck on him, but after he wins the AFCON, Salah must come back and fix this team. Yeah, Liverpool have started this half better, and I'm trying to see why. It's still the same thing. It's still the same thing. Because vets and because I'm trying to just see Liverpool right now. They are almost forming that diamond, and now they are allowing Gakpo to sort of. Oh, Bradley. What is happening with Arsenal in this half? Or is it because Liverpool also got the ball and they just bought themselves some time? But hold on to that, because now Arsenal are going at it again. So the natural change is for Liverpool to take off Robertson, to bring on Robertson for Kekes, at some point Gomez for Bradley defensively, because also they want that to happen. And I think obviously Frimpong is gonna play the entire game unless they take him off for Chiesa. But Chiesa is always given 10 minutes, so he's not coming on for the next 35 minutes, because, 25 minutes. What kind of maths am I speaking? You see, that thing of Zubimendi arriving late. This Zubimendi thing of arriving late into the box is problematic. And that is why he scores these goals, that he keeps on scoring. Who's injured? Hincapie. So Arsenal are not taking that chance. They are bringing on Scaly. This might be good for Liverpool. this might actually be good for Liverpool, because if Skelly comes on defensively, is not that great. He's not. I've watched way too many times where Skelly gets exposed defensively. So this change might be good for Liverpool, but at the same time, this kid Skelly also gives Arsenal that extra ball playing, right? Because ball playing wise, he's clear of Nkapie. So that is that's the problem that Liverpool now have. So yeah, Liverpool are better on the ball. That's definitely a thing that has happened. And I'm asking myself, that's what I'm saying. The very first 1v1 of Skelly and because from the get go, that 1v1 of Skelly and Frimpong might end catastrophically for Arsenal. That's just too. I'm exaggerating, I know, but that's not gonna look good for Arsenal if they keep allowing Skelly to be isolated with. They're not gonna cross, are they? No. I think Gakpo is the one who should be in the box because what are Liverpool going to do? Cross it to who? There's no Ekitike, there's no Isak, there's no one who's aerially dominant. Like who can do that against Arsenal unless it's Haaland or maybe Igor Thiago or other taller strikers. All Liverpool are going to do is just play the ball around unless they go in and they dribble. It's Liverpool's turn now. This is crazy. The thing is, Liverpool never really look like they're gonna hurt you with these slow, you know, let's keep the ball, let's push them back type of thing. They look more dangerous once the ball starts moving a bit faster. But Arsenal, they are just sitting in their 4-4-2 defensive shape and they are not allowing anything. Now I'm looking at Keke's where he is. Of all the rotations, I think one thing that Liverpool should not be compromising on, there is another free kick in the same position where Soboslai scored at Anfield. It would be so funny if Soboslai scored a goal from the same position that he did at Anfield. That would actually be crazy. Imagine that. Sobosla is over the ball again. So is it further? That would be crazy if he actually went for it again. I would just laugh if he took a shot again. He's going to try and shoot. They are going to shoot. The confidence, he struck it this time and it didn't go the way. Arsenal fans were scared. Something happened weird. Nah, I don't know what happened with Soboslai there. The way he hit the ball, it just didn't seem right this time. But Liverpool still keep the ball. So Liverpool still have the ball. Frimpong is clear again. Yeah, Frimpong's decision making is that of a tired player. You are 1v1 with Skelly at the edge of the box and you are on your strong foot. He was supposed to take him on and score there. Liverpool are pressing. This is just becoming. Now the Emirates are just screaming, Arsenal, Arsenal, Arsenal. Although these guys are under so much pressure now. If Liverpool had more attacking players on the bench and slot, they are making a double change. Yeah, those changes, they are taking off Trossard and Gyökeres and Gabriel Jesus. Jesus and Trossard have come on. I mean Jesus and Martinelli. So Bosley must go score. Nah, Frimpong should have gone and scored. Frimpong is costing Liverpool in this half. All the chances that he's getting, he should be taking them. He should have done better. Yeah, Frimpong is drinking Liverpool. Hmm. I'm trying to look at this. Frimpong dropping. and then Van Dijk following. And then, of course, they're going to try and exploit that space. I hope, I wonder if they're going to. This is crazy. Saka is faking a head injury now. Players, when they fake injuries, it's crazy. You would swear someone shot at them. It's crazy. My dreadlocks are banging. Oh, yeah, it does hit Saka in the face, the ball. It does. But Arsenal are slowing down the game as well. This is not just about, oh, Saka got injured. It's also about, let's milk this because if we don't, we're going to concede. I see that. They're just. Saka has been neutralized in this half. The fact that Liverpool are 14 points behind is crazy. Yo, how the mighty have fallen. Is it a drop ball? Who's there? Liverpool are getting the uncontested drop ball. How? What kind of a tackle is that? Is that Saka is just kicking the guy now? Frimpong should be taking on Skelly every second, every moment he gets the ball. Because I'm thinking about this. He's not good. And the very first time he got with him, he dribbled past him and he's gotten through twice. So basically, he dribbled him once. The other time, he was in on goal. Mm, they are not. We have had the. I'm trying. Liverpool have had the situation where now they can isolate. They can isolate Frimpong. Arsenal fans are getting frustrated. It's so difficult being a home team and your fans are turning against you because now they can see they can see that, oh, Rice is so good. Rice is actually very good. Like he's marking, even if he's late, even for a second, he will recover. Is very good. Is Declan Rice. When they say game of two halves. But Liverpool have been a better team in this game because first half they were better in a sense that they did not allow Arsenal to score, but in the second half they also have the ball better, and but they are doing basically what Arsenal did in the first half because they are also not causing any threat to Arsenal. So I think the scoreline being nil-nil is okay. It's a fair reflection of what has happened in this game. Why is Van Dijk not sticking a foot out there? Now he's having to push the child. Van Dijk, return to your position. Oh man, Liverpool needs some changes because now don't push him, don't push him, don't push him. Eh, Martinelli just did things that when a Liverpool making even one change will be fine. Bring on Kaiser for Gakpo or for Vets. I don't know why this coach doesn't rate Vets. I mean Kaiser so much. Because I smell blood. I really do. In this game, Liverpool could do things. What would be worse is seeing. I don't think Arne Slot is going to make any changes in this game. I saw Gomez going to warm up, but I don't see. Oh, okay. Move the ball. Move the ball. Frimpong, take him on. Yeah, Frimpong is not. He's playing too safe for someone who's given the role of a winger. So basically, Liverpool must sign a right back because Frimpong is clearly being played as a winger in most games that is played, and Bradley seemingly has injury issues. Wonder if Munoz would not be a good idea for Liverpool. They are now slowing down the game. Now I have to look at every pass as they move the ball and talk about, oh, good, they are moving the ball. I'm so absorbed into the match. I am literally like everything about me now is in observing the match. And oh, Frimpong, there we go. There's no one in the box. That's the problem. Oof. You know, Soboslai should just be given the captain's armband right now because he's one player who's fighting like this means something to him. All I see from Van Dijk is just frustration right now. And ever since Liverpool started losing, Miles Lewis Kelly just lost the ball. So Bosla is trying to take those shots. He wants to win this game. I, I can see it. Mm, they're bringing on Ezen Matt to work now. Liverpool are now playing with some arrogance in a good way for Liverpool because I'm looking at how McAllister gets the ball in a crowded area, but he's still able to. Oh my goodness, what is Bradley doing? What is Bradley doing? So now they're taking off Saka and they're also bringing on, yeah, and Eze is going on for Odegaard. He's not afraid. He's definitely not afraid. The fact that they're bringing on Eze and Madueke right now, it tells you that they are trying to attack for reals. Liverpool have not made a single change. Not one. I think Slot is scared. He doesn't want to change something and then it backfires because, but I don't think anything would backfire if he took off Vets and Proton Case. I don't think anything would backfire. Players who should be untouched. You can leave Soboslai, you can leave Gravenberg, you can leave McAllister, but I think Gakpo and Vets can be taken off. As I speak of that, the ball is played. It's passed to Timber, who was supposed to be marked. See, this is what I'm saying once again about Matuweke gets the ball, but who did the ball go to first? To Timber, because Gakpo has lost him. So basically, Gakpo is Gakpo might cost Liverpool this match. Gakpo is tired. Everything that Gakpo does says he's tired. I need him to keep me quiet and score. Liverpool have another free kick. And the weird thing is, the thing is, the thing is that I'm looking at is how Liverpool keep on playing the ball in tight spaces. It's actually incredible. Hmm. Raya is having nightmares because he knows that he's had to deal with free kicks, a free kick from, and it's a four-man one. Mm. Soboslai. Oh dear. It was close. He's not half bad with his free kicks. Oof. It didn't go down quick enough. It almost went in. So Slot is just afraid of taking a risk, basically. Yeah, Liverpool have not had a shot on target after 80 minutes. That's crazy. Soboslai stopped. The referee did not blow a whistle and he just stopped playing the game. He should not do that. After me endorsing him and saying he's playing like a captain, and then he stops playing. Hmm. Okay. Um. Boom. It doesn't look like it's raining that much in this enough or at all. If you think you're gonna beat Arsenal in aerial balls, playing jokes. Gabriel. Vets is what makes me laugh is the fact that Vets pushes Gabriel. Let's just say gets away with it. The ref does not see. After watching football for the past what 7 years, you think VAR is not going to call that back? Martinelli overhit that one. Why are Liverpool players acting so girly? Like the ref did not blow the whistle for offside. Now he's getting a yellow card. I think that's Van Dijk who's getting a yellow card. I think it's Van Dijk who's getting a yellow card because he's whining. Because they are busy shouting at the ref. For what reason? That does not make any sense to me. That's a push. That is a push. Timber just pushed Gakpo in front of the ref and the ref said nothing. Ateta is telling them to calm down. The pressure by Liverpool. This is the Liverpool that they don't let the opponent play. That's what at least that's the positive that Liverpool fans can take from this game. At least I wonder how many minutes, but it's not gonna be a lot of minutes added because there weren't really many. stops in this game or injuries or VAR delays. So, well, yeah, I did have a feeling that he wasn't going to. Allison is just holding his breath, thinking about the clean sheet that he might just be about to keep against Arsenal of all teams as well. Kekes is Kekes looks decent today on the ball as well. I've not seen him look like this. What is Van Dijk doing? Honestly, they are playing the ball and they're in control, and Van Dijk decides to balloon it because it's like muscle memory now. He just likes kicking and kicking, even when there's no need. Yo, I also was like, is him. McAllister will get a yellow card. I don't know why he wasn't marked to begin with. It's crazy. It really is. 30 seconds before the match ends. Liverpool just controlled the entire second half, but there was no end product. Imagine if they actually conceded now, Liverpool. They would be broken because they look better in the second half. And when you look at players like Matt Dueke, he just looks like he can do something. He just looks like he can do something. I'm seeing Sobos like shouting instructions. He's shouting at his players, telling them to go back and drop. And Liverpool are just kicking the ball forward now. At that time, what's gonna keep on happening is Martinelli will try to skin will try to skin whoever is on the right for Liverpool. But Soboslai is just one thing that it does, Soboslai, is that he's a good footballer, but he also plays with his heart. Why do defenders make risks such as um, holding the people that they are marking in your box? What did Bradley do? Martinelli gets a yellow card because his blood is boiling over and there's no reason. And it looks like this is a serious injury of Bradley. It's like he twisted his knee because I saw the way that he kicked the ball. He looked very uncomfortable. If Kunate is mad, he's like one of the seemingly calm players at Liverpool because you hear him when you see him in videos. He's like a chill dude. Oof. Yeah, Martinelli is one of those players who just have boiling bloods. Yeah, and the weird thing is I was talking about this earlier on in the game about the fact that Liverpool might need to sign a right back because I don't know how many times Bradley has been injured this season, third or fourth time. So yeah. So this is a draw. Wow. Okay. Let's see. Arsenal scoring last minute would feel like they've won a cup because that would just solidify their run into winning the league. So that's what's up. Oh dear. Arsenal get a corner. Arsenal get a corner. Damn it. That would be unfair. That would just be unfair. If Liverpool conceded now, the match is over. So I'll come back to this video when I have reached 100,000 subscribers, because today I streamed literally to no one. So I will come back to this video because in total, people who tuned into the stream are 95. So yeah, shout out to me for streaming to no one.